Okay, let's try this again, right? And I should have waited, honestly, because I had people in the chat. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I tried to do this live stream a second ago, and on my end, it was showing I had absolutely, like, no audio. You know, so, actually, I guess I can pull it up my damn self. So, my bad to the folks who's actually rocking with me to start this podcast. It's been a while. It's been a who's next? What's up, man? Hey, let me know. You can hear me, right? I'm not just, like, talking looking crazy. I appreciate you letting me know, because I just wasted a live stream sending the link out, letting people know, yo, your boy's live, and all that stuff for nothing. For nothing. It's been a while. It's been a good week since I actually did anything. For those know, I've had what's called walking pneumonia, so it wasn't pretty. I mean, it wasn't pretty at all. So, who's next? Let me know, man. Can you hear me, sir? Yeah, you can hear me. My God. My God, thank you. Skull Stomper, what's going on? What's going on, people? Like I said, it's been a while since I've done a video. I am back. I should be trying to push stuff out daily again, like how it was before. Because I was out with pneumonia, that's why I ain't been present for the last week. But I am back. We'll be live streaming. We playing Beyond Two Souls tonight. But yeah, I'm happy to be back. So for introduction purposes, what's going on, people? Fame Entertainment here from TiCGN.com. Like, share, subscribe. Let your voice be heard. You guys do me a favor. Send this out. I sent out the wrong link. Well, the right link, but I had to kill it. So make sure you guys send this out. Hit that like button. I do appreciate you guys rocking with me. Now, before I get started, I want to clearly, as I send this link out, share this link, I want to clearly make a point and statement and saying, I'm not coming after anyone's podcast and.com like panel. I don't do that type of stuff, right? At least not anymore. That's not who I am. Send this out. I send out the wrong what I do, right? So the right link, but I had to kill it. Anyone thinking that that's what I'm doing. Hit that like button. I do appreciate you guys rocking with me. Ooh, okay. I don't want anybody thinking that's what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing. That's never the case. You know what I'm saying? I'm just basing this off of what I've seen or what I've been hearing, based off of some stuff that was said inside of a podcast, stuff that's been said on Twitter. That's just not making any sort of sense to me, right? So I didn't watch the podcast. I didn't watch the show. And I know things, if you don't watch things in its full scope, things can be misinterpreted, and I get that. But I've also read comments and people sending money and, reiterating those comments. And I just don't understand the concept of people believing that a video game console isn't defined by its video games. Think about that. A video game console, PR9. Oh, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, video game console not being defined by its video games. Isn't that what you buy a video game console for, to play video games? And at the end of the day, if this console generation ended right now, and let's go 20 years from now, when we talk about the 8th generation of consoles, we talking about some neat features that were introduced and that were integrated. Yeah, we could talk about the Xbox digital refund system, backwards compatibility really kicking in. We could talk about the Xbox share button, the PlayStation share button. We're gonna talk about those things. Yes, it's gonna be dope. Maybe it'll pass, but at least Xbox. No, that's gonna be dope. My bad, Master. I'm going to get your comment in just a second. That's going to be dope. We're going to talk about those things. But at the end of the day, we're going to be like, man, remember God of War? Remember Gears 4? Remember Nier Automata? Remember Horizon Zero Dawn? Remember Halo 5? Remember Sunset Overdrive? Remember the Ratchet & Clank remaster? Remember Spider-Man PS4? Remember Red Dead Redemption 2? And the list goes on and on and on and on. That's what we're going to remember. That's what we're going to talk about. That's going to be the mainstay of this generation. It was the mainstay for the 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, the first generation. We remember what games we were able to play on those consoles. We think about, oh, I had such a great experience 6th gen with game A. Oh man, you guys remember playing Final Fantasy 8? You guys remember playing, Bully. The list goes on and on of older games you could think of, and that's what you remember the most. Yes, it's going to be dope when we talk about, oh, you guys remember the first you know, time we was able to download a game digitally. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Yeah, I remember the consoles able to do that. We got that from that. Cool. Oh, you know, the biggest one. Yeah, I remember the Xbox introduced us to the party chat on consoles. That's dope. We gonna remember that. But that doesn't define a console. Power, the strength of a console does not define a console. It doesn't. The UI does not define a console. Is that great for a console? Is that awesome for a console? Yes. We want the UI to be smooth and a console we want our games to look and play the best on a powerful machine. Of course, we want that. But those things don't define a console. They don't. If you don't have games that are, you know, intuitive, great looking, fun to play, memorable, then what are you doing it for? No one goes out like, yo, I need to go get this $300 console because, man, woo, that UI fire. Or, bro, can't wait to get this new machine, man. Netflix and Hulu finna be popping. No one's doing that. No one should do that. The Nintendo Switch, perfect example. I had a Switch, and I need to get another one at some point. But the Nintendo Switch has, what, Hulu now? Just Hulu. So why did you buy this console? Why did you buy the Switch? What is going to be the definition? What is going to define the Switch? It's games. It's not the most powerful. It's the weakest of them all, as a matter of fact. You know, yeah, it has the handheld thing going forward, the portability, but handheld is nothing new. PSP, 3DS, playing games on a handheld is nothing new. And I want to hear, well, these are great games. Well, the 3DS, if we going by Metacritic and we going by what people think about games, 3DS has some great games. The PSP was still one of the greatest. It's probably the greatest handheld ever. I love the PSP. I love the PSP. But when you think about the Nintendo Switch, what are we thinking about? The games. You know, the Smash Brothers, the Mario Kart, you know, the Xenoblade Chronicles. That's what we're going to think about the Switch. That's what we think about the games coming. People got hyped on it. People ain't read about, man, I'd be so glad when Switch get this new feature or when the UI get changed, because that's not going to define the Switch. And these companies know that. Are these things great to have? Of course. Absolutely, of course. Like I said, I want to come back to some of the things in the comments. I got Master Jazz on 9. Maybe in the past, at least, but for Xbox, not anymore. Can't beat them, join them now. Can't beat them, change the game. Not sure what that means, but you can elaborate. I appreciate that. Skull Stomper, I share the show. Oh, was that you? I appreciate you. My man Food. It's always been about the game. Some fanboys forgot to. It's always been about the games. That's the truest thing that's ever be spoke until gaming becomes banned, illegal, and stripped away from us, which should never happen. But it'll always be about the games. It'll never be about the power, never be about the features. Those things, though, I hate to keep going back to when I talked about before, using my burgers and fries. Them features, them fries. Them is fries. Them is cool to have, but it's not the main dish. It's not what we're gonna remember. It's not what we're gonna care about the most. It's not what we go out and spend $500 for. I know I don't. I go out and I'm gonna spend $300, $400, $500 because, man, I'm gonna get a whole bunch of software. I'm gonna really enjoy my time with this console because of what it's gonna give me in the games category. Yes, the UI needs to be fluid, of course. I'm not knocking that. Does the console need to have some punch behind it? Yes, because I want my games to look beautiful. I want my games to run great. I want a stable frame rate. That's what I want. So yes, that's super dope. Give me a powerful console. But I'm not going to remember 20 years from now that the Xbox One X was the most powerful console in the world. I'm not going to remember that. If the generation ended right now, you know what I remember the Xbox One for? Sunset Overdrive, Gears 4, Halo 5. And that's not me doing the whole Halo Gears 4 thing, right? First thing I said was Sunset Overdrive. Ori is a dope-ass game. The next Ori to drop is going to be a dope-ass game. I'm remembered for the games that I had the best experience with. That's what I remember the Xbox for. Same thing for the PS4. I remember God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Nier Automata, which is apparently we're hearing they might be coming to Xbox. I remember those games. I remember playing Omen Sight. I remember having a ball playing Laser League. Like, that's what I remember from the generation. That's what I remember from the last generation. That's what I remember going forward. But people have lost sight. They're completely lost sight. If you try to tell people anything else besides games or what's important, you're labeled as, oh, you're being a fanboy, or you're being toxic. I'm not being toxic. I'm telling you the truth. No matter what PR spill you get, no matter what your friends say, hell, F what I say, right? What I'm saying probably don't mean nothing to you, but I'm just telling you how I feel, and we all got differences of opinions, and that's cool, but I'm telling you what majority of the real, and I'm going to call it the real gaming community, will tell you, which is the absolute fact and the absolute truth. Don't nothing else matter besides these games. Nothing. Yeah, we can shoot the shit back and forth about powerful console this and powerful console that, feature this, feature that, but the only shit that you can really kick back and forth with somebody is these video games. Nothing else matters. Back to the comment section. Skullstopper, you need a moderator, bro. I got a bunch of mods. They just not around right now. Am I missing something? Is somebody being reckless? I don't see nobody being reckless. I mean, Xbox games has never stopped people from love to pretend otherwise. Many people say if you can't beat them, join them. I mean, Xbox needs to be Sony, but Microsoft says if you can't beat them, change them. And I'm okay with it. I would never sure say Xbox needs to be Sony. Xbox needs to be the PS4, right? Because that's it, right? I don't want multiple of the same thing, right? I want Xbox to be different, but Xbox still has to drop a bunch of games. Period. You know what I'm saying? Xbox, you know what they're trying something different, which is cool. I'm all about innovation, doing things different. But at the end of the day, you know, they still got to be pushing out these great experiences. They haven't been doing it. Have I had a bunch of amazing moments on my Xbox One generation? Of course. Yes. I mentioned Sunset Overdrive or in the Blind Forest. I've had lots of fun. But they got to come on. They got to come on with it. Like I said, I'm still trying to see. Like I said, this is my first time back on a live stream doing the video, so give me a minute. If I ain't say, man, looking ahead, more positive. Do you see Microsoft bringing more Japanese titles to plug some of the holes and maybe more exclusive? Now that I should play this E3. Of course. I did a video about this, right? And it's crazy how the news came out today about Nier Automata possibly coming to the Xbox platform, right? And if you guys remember, if you go back maybe 3 to 4 live streams ago, I talked about this. I talked about those games that are, a lot of these games that are on PS4, they are PS4, they are just on PS4 because of a exclusivity deal. You know, those third-party games that are on PS4 because of Japanese titles, and Microsoft was giving us support, and Japan wasn't feeling the love. Japanese developers wasn't feeling the love for Microsoft, and the Xbox One wasn't really not selling great in Japan, right? But I said, and I said it then, I said now, a lot of those games are coming to the Xbox One. I'm telling you, the Yakuza games, I said that's coming to the Xbox One. Nier, that was one of the first games I mentioned. I think even in the thumbnail, actually, if you go back and look, I have a thumbnail with 2B, and her eye that was exposed is a Xbox logo. That's the video, and I talked about these games coming. I guarantee these games will come to the Xbox, and they need it. If the Xbox platform needs the game, the Xbox gamers who don't have a PS4 or don't have a Switch because of whatever reason, whether they can't afford it or they just refuse to go over and buy that platform, well, now they're able to enjoy these games. And if you're one of the people who complain about the games on the Xbox platform, and that's all you have is the Xbox platform, you should go out and give these games an absolute shot, because you will enjoy it. So I myself, I never played any of the Yakuza games, but I just bought Zero, I just bought Kiwami, and I'm going to be playing those two because I've heard great things about those two games. You know, great things about those games, and I'm going to play all the Yakuza games that are on the PS4 in the order that I can. I'm okay with Sony, Xbox heading a different direction. Yeah, like I said, it's nothing wrong with them heading different directions. Microsoft doing their thing with the Windows 10, and that's fine. That's fine, but at the end of the day, no matter what Microsoft does with Windows 10 and the integration and making games on both platforms, what's going to define Windows 10 is its games. That's all I'm saying here. I'm not against them going in different directions or doing different things. That's perfectly fine. That's what we want, right? We want things to be different. I'm different from you. We got difference of opinions. We all came from different backgrounds, and that's fine. Everything is supposed to be different, right? Things are supposed to be different, but My point is, no matter what Microsoft does with the Windows 10 platform, with the integration, or you know, putting game or doing stuff for Nintendo, no matter what they do, at the end of the day, this generation, that platform, Windows 10 or Xbox, whatever you want to call it, will be defined by the games they put out. Nothing more, nothing less. And that's all I'm saying. I'm a moderator for hire. I might have to get you, bro. No doubt. No doubt. Second opinion, what's up, my guy? Appreciate you coming through. Master says it's just honesty. If you want Jap, get a... What? This one... And I'm going to touch on this because this is the main part of my video, right? Do a lot of people not remember last generation? Think about it. Do people not remember last generation? If you remember the last generation, and I know a lot of y'all, I'm not pointing anybody in particular, or 7th gen babies, I like to call them. Y'all started gaming last generation, or you started gaming this generation at the end of last generation. The Xbox 360 had a ton of Japanese support. The Xbox brand had a lot of Japanese games on there. That's one of the reasons I was shocked that Dear Automata wasn't on the Xbox day one. Because the original Nier was on Xbox. A lot of people seem to forget that, not know that there were a lot of Japanese games on the Xbox 360. So it's not about, you know, if you want to play Japanese games, you should just stick to the PS4 because, you know what I'm saying, Xbox has not a big, but a history of having Japanese games on the platform. So why not continue that and having Japanese games on the platform? Because a lot of people enjoy Japanese games. It is what it is. My man said, Will said, Monster Hunter, YS Origin, Cold Vein, Shining, Renaissance, say otherwise. Exactly. Monster Hunter so great on the Xbox, and that's supposed to be, you know, Jap. Man, I hate when people, that word doesn't sound very endearing. To say that I hate using the word Japanese. I know some people not meaning to say it in a racist term, but damn, it sounds racist. But yes, Monster Hunter, and then YS Origins, I think it just dropped on the Xbox. I don't know what sales. But yes, I know for a fact Monster Hunter sold really, really well on the Xbox. And it'll show you, hey, if you put these games here, there is a fan base. It may not be as big. It's not as big as the PlayStation fan base for these type of games, but there is a fan base there. And if you have someone who went out and bought your hardware, you have to do fan services like this. You have to give them you have to try to satisfy everyone. And that's one of the things we look back on the PS4 when this generation is over. You think about, man, the PS4 had games for every type of gamer. Whether you're a big person on FPSs, third person, RPG, JRPG, story-driven games, you know, the PlayStation has something for everyone. And Xbox needs to do that as well. Yes, they can go in different direction on how they present their games, how they bring their games out, put the things on PC, crossplay, and all that stuff. They can be different from Sony. Backwards compatibility, all that's fine. But one thing that needs to be on the same page with Sony, the exact same page, are the video games. Nothing more, nothing less. I mean, okay, going Final Fantasy, Tekken, Soul Calibur, Dark Souls. Xbox has changed its focus. What do you mean, Master Jazz? How about Xbox has changed its focus away from the video games? Because that's silly. That's asinine. Why would a company, a software company, move away from software? Doesn't make any sense. But I will allow you to elaborate, sir. My man said, I honestly can't wait for Xbox to give in to these single-player and third-party person games. And if it don't sell, I'm going to laugh so hard. Hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Xbox has dug themselves in the hole. They have. In the games format. So people look at it. People look down on it if it doesn't. That's just what it is. My man Skip Baylor says, Xbox sucks. In your opinion. And the Xbox said the Xbox it's not a bad console. And I know people are gonna probably screen cap and do a video and all that stuff. And trust me, before I say this, trust me, I am one of the ones screaming that I hate the phrase wait for E3, right? I totally hate it. But when you look at how game development works, yeah, you're looking at 3-4 years for a game, right? In total. around the time Phil Spencer took over, 4 years ago, when Phil Spencer took over his Xbox. So this is the time to show us what you had cooking in the back pocket. Honestly. This is the last E3 where anybody can say wait for E3 for Xbox. Honestly, this is the last one, because if you don't show anything now, then what the hell have you been doing for the past 3 years when we've been telling you, hey, we need these games. We need the stuff that's going to define your console, sir. That's what we need right now. If you're not showing us what you had in your back pocket the last few years that you were afraid to show because of cancellations, etc., like Scalebound, rest in peace. If you don't show us these type of games, sir, what's going to define your console is that it had no games this entire generation. And I don't mean that in a literal sense of no games, but didn't have the, oh my God, 10 out of 10 game of generation games like God of War. Everybody saying Xbox needs to go and copycat make a God of War? No, but they need to make games that are memorable and great for years and years to come, people to go back and remember, because at the end of the day, this generation will be remembered by its games, just like the 7th, 6th, the 5th, the 4th, the 3rd, the 2nd, and the 1st generation were all defined and remembered by its games, not by its services, not by its power, not by its UI, and none of the above. They were all defined and remembered by its games. Bro, you're not coming to E3. No, I will not be at E3 this year. Could I go? Yes. One of the benefits of being with TiCGN.com is, you know, got the good old media press badge in my back pocket. But unfortunately, this year I will not be going. Probably go next year. We'll see how things shake out. But I will not be going to E3 this year. Skip Baylor says Black Baron sucks. No, okay. Chris, appreciate you, man. Master Jazz, Xbox shows games at E3 comes out 2023, and that's what sucks, because by that time we're gonna have it's gonna be a whole other generation. It's gonna be an entirely new generation. So, with that being said, Mr. Master Jazz 09, if these games that Microsoft show, if they do come out in 2021, 23, when basically we're gonna have a new generation, the new consoles to be out by then. What are we going to remember this generation for with Xbox? Somebody please tell me, what are we going to remember about this generation? About Xbox? Somebody tell me. If these new games that they show are coming out in 2023, what are we going to remember about this generation? And that's going to define my point. And be honest with yourself. You're going to clearly say Xbox had no games. Because games are the most important feature, aspect, everything. Games are everything to consoles. Consoles are nothing without games. Nothing. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. But I'm not going to keep you guys for too long. I'm actually going to get up out of here, man. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. Thank you for the differences of opinions. Thank you for listening to me bitch and moan and cry about people bitching and moaning and crying. I know it hasn't been, you know, it has been great for the show lately. I've been kind of weird. I've been off. I've been sick. I apologize. I'll be back to doing this on the regular. My man said, enjoying games with my friends is what I remember. But what was the key word, G? Enjoying games. That was the key word. I was about to do an outro, but my man came in and said, enjoying games with my friends is what I remember. Enjoying games. Games. Because that's what we remember. I'm out, y'all. Peace.